In this review video of the Motors FleetCross repair information system, we're going to talk about wiring diagrams. So first, let's go through this and let's just talk about how this works. So I'm in Motors, I'm logged under truck service. I've selected a 2019 Peterbilt 579 and I selected a MX-13. So popular engine with obviously Peterbilt and Kenworth. So what that does is that shows relevant vehicle systems up here in the upper left. And right away, this is where things kind of fall apart. So I'm going to click engine. And I don't know why we have airbags and air conditioning and brake systems under engine. Those should be under chassis, a lot of these things. But I digress. Let's go here to wiring diagrams and click that. So again, this is showing three different manufacturers: Bearing, PACCAR, and Scania. The Bearing trucks, this is not a Bearing truck, this is a Peterbilt truck. And the wiring diagram is for a PACCAR engine. I don't know why it's shown Scania and Bearing in this list. It really shouldn't, which is just peculiar, to say the least. So, but let's go to PACCAR. And then we can see, again, it's filtering, it's asking even three more options, which again is peculiar because we've already said it's 2019. So we know it's not EPA 21. It was built before the year 21. So we know it's this one, but it's also showing the PX, the PX7, 8, and 9 engines, which don't apply because we already selected this. So again, although it has filters to tell you what you're doing, it's just cheating. It's not really doing anything at all. It's still making you figure things out. So it's complicated, to say the least. But let's go in here and look at the wiring diagrams that we get. So they kind of have the three big ones right here are right here, right? EPA 10 emissions. So why they have two different diagrams for a EPA 10, which neither of which we have. We have a 2019, which is actually EPA 17 emissions. So that would be this one, and they've grouped the MX-11 and the 13 together. So supposedly the 11 and 13 have the exact same wiring diagram, which brings suspicion itself. So let's actually look at the wiring diagram itself. So here is the wiring diagram, and first of all, we are zoomed out as far as you can go. So you still have to scroll around and try to see things. But worse is, what are we looking at? So let's see, there's an L174 and some diagrams and some pinouts, and must be the ECM, I'm assuming. But there's no diagrams or legend. I don't even know what I'm looking at. And furthermore, this is just a copy of an OEM wiring diagram. So I'm here, and okay, now these kind of tell us what these things are. So we kind of have to go back and forth here to be an L174. Let me go back over here. L174. Okay, that's the def dosing valve. So they do have an index. It's just going back and forth. I can't zoom out. I can zoom in. Not that really helps me at all. So it's just a really clunky thing that's really difficult to do, difficult to read. What are my wire numbers? What colors? I can't really tell. Again, this kind of goes back to everything we see with motors. The filters really don't do anything. You still have to kind of figure things out and figure where things are buried here. You still have to hope what you see is right. So, again, I got complete suspicion. Well, let's go look at this EPA 10. Why is there two? So let's go look at this one. This one has just one component. The F84, the sensor knocks before catalyst, and the connector interface knock sensor. Why there's just one there, one component from one sensor makes no sense. Let's go look at the second one. Hopefully it's better. So that one is better. And this one they did try to add in some of the things there. And they did try to add in what these wires are. Oh, great. Now I know these are signals and grounds. If we go back to the one we first looked at, we really don't know which ones are signals or grounds or what these are. Nothing's been solved by giving somebody this. And apparently this takes care of all engines from 2017 through essentially current year. So let's go compare all this to diesel repair. So we take the look that things should be much easier to use. So now we're on diesel repair. Let's just kind of all the way back. So diesel repair, we have our different modules. Wiring diagrams is the one that we want. Let's go down here and let's pick the same thing. Again, if we had an engine VIN, we could pop it in and hit one button and it would auto-populate all these for us. But since we don't have it, let's just go through and pick what we're looking for, right? So I picked Packard engine, model, MX13. Now it's asking diagram type. I only got one option, engine wiring diagram. Let's look at it. So with diesel laptops, with our diesel repair platform, you will see we give you actually abbreviations and what these color codes mean and what the symbols mean and all this information that you need. And you can see, let's zoom in here a little bit so we can see this a little bit better. Ours are much more clear. Pictures, and by the way, these are standardized across all makes, all models. Wire numbers, we give the pinouts where things are going to and from. So we make it a lot easier for everyone to look and find their information that they're looking for. And again, there's kind of the overview of the entire ECU itself as well. So that is the difference really between what you see with FleetCross with their wiring diagrams. And we can go through a couple more examples while we're in here. So let's just go down here to look and compare. So I want to show you what looks different. So I'm just going to cheat. I'm not going to go selections. I'm just going to go to wiring diagrams. You saw what it looks like for a pack car. Let's go look at Caterpillar. And this one, they actually looks like they have some charts. So I have to go to one thing to figure out my pin identification. So let's do a C13. All right. So if I go here, this will give me some charts. And I guess I could print that off or save that or do something there. And that's kind of like the layout of the harness. Again, they just improperly and probably without Cat's approval, just stole that right from Cat's website. So we have that. We have the electrical symbol guide. So it says refer to figure 1. We can click that. Now it's going to tell us what some of the symbols mean. And this is the problem too. So for Cat, because they have Cat stuff, all the symbols will be different than a Packard or a Zuzu or they have 0 international wiring diagrams because of their whole legal situation they got into. Wire code identification. I can click that. Again, they're showing that, but again, I'm having to hop around a bunch of different places, and I finally get to the wiring diagram, and let's go look at our C13, and we can click on it. And I would also bring up that I'm very suspect of this. The C13, and first of all, again, this looks completely different than the Packard engine. Not easy to read. I hope whoever printed out a bunch of information there, so you could figure out what all these color codes and what these things mean. You're going to be piecing some things together. But even more, I'm suspect here because I really only see engine injectors. I see the IVA. I see the more injectors there and some actuators. But where's the rest of my engine sensors? It's just missing a lot. I mean, there's 2 sensors there, 3 sensors here, 3 more here. That's 9 sensors, maybe 10. The developer valve. There's just not a lot. I can tell it's missing. Where's all the after treatment? Is this a C13 ACERT? Is this a bridge engine? Nobody knows. It's not specified. And not only that, but you can see they say it covers a C11 and a C13. So again, I don't think this is a complete wiring diagram. I don't think this applies to all years. I don't think it's easy to use, easy to read. And as you go and pick other wiring diagrams from other manufacturers, you'll find out that it's the same thing. And of course, as I brought up earlier, international is obviously missing from this. And I'm actually really curious too. Where's my ABS systems? Where's my transmissions? I don't see those listed in here. So anyway, a lot to unpack there, but hopefully this gives you an idea of what you get with motors for their wiring diagrams. That's really what this review is about, and we compared it to diesel repair. So hope you enjoyed it. Like it, comment, share it with your friends. Always great to get feedback from everybody. Thank you for watching and listening. Head to repair.diesellaptops.com. You can sign up for a free account, check out all of our wiring diagrams, and really do your comparison before you go sign a contract with motors.